Do you remember that?
They're obsessed with a different stone as well, that blue stone.
Which you mean? So far we've got the kobolds that you found in this village, that are all wearing more or less the same marking. And yeah, that I don't think you recognised a different crest on other.
No.
kobolds.
What can I do a drawing of each one?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have a scholar's pack, so I have a quill and some parchment. So I do that before we leave.
Okie
I can't hear any scribbling whatsoever. How are we meant to believe that he's...
Yeah, I know, right? I call bullshit.
He's casting a spell on Dalton.
So, with that, we head back to town.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Yippee-ki-yay. So, you are greeted at the gate by guards who look at you as if they, didn't expect to see you back so soon or at all.
Stand aside, fools. We're here to see the mayor to get our reward for clearing out the ye old mine.
They just kind of let you pass.
That's right.
They're not, they're your typical guards. They're kind of, they don't really want to be there. It's the jungle. It's hot. They're wearing armor. Bad times for everyone.
I feel like they should at least say welcome to the jungle every time I pass them.
I feel like they shouldn't. So I'll forget.
I might go back and interrogate them and find out if their names are Axel, Rose, and Slash. Do you reckon I should waste 20 minutes doing that?
I'm going to veto that option.
Yeah, me too.
So this
Considering they're actually Dave. They're both called Dave.
Oh. That's boring.
Yeah. So, sorry, Josh, what was that? What did you mention there? What did you say?
I said nothing of help. Literally no idea what I said.
Oh. Thanks.
Sweet. Oh, can we just go in? Like Dalton's bickering.
Yeah, they literally just said, yeah, go.
Yeah.
Dalton's talking to himself and being like, oh, look at this guy, he's called Dave. And he's like trying to talk to the other guy called Dave and getting, I'm going through
to
this,
myself.
right?
I'm considering inwardly whether I should go back and pester those poor
This
guards.
is in real time, Dalton. Real time.
I'm still striding onto the mayor. That's why I demanded the guards get out of my way so I can go and see the mayor, and that's where I'm confidently and handsomely striding to.
And they got out of the way.
And
because, they're guards. They don't get paid enough. Exactly. They don't give a shit. Excuse me. So, you're heading up. Fucking right.
God. Are you alright, DM?
Yeah. So, you are heading off to the mayor's office. And as you're wandering along, a small man appears in front of you, bespectacled, with a little clipboard in his hand. Ah, gentlemen, where are you going?
We're going to see the mayor. We've completed one of his boring quests. Stand aside.
I'm going to say as well, we just keep on walking past this guy. Can we just keep walking? He can talk and walk, but yeah.
Real time. He huffs and puts a little mark in his ledger and then continues on as if you weren't there. And a few minutes later, after casually strolling through, you come to the mayor's building. Only been there once. It took a bit of finding because, it's a big town. It's easy to get lost. And, go on.
No, don't worry.
Hey, keep him.
I was just going to say I don't remember Greenroot being that big. But then...
Well, it's got big since you've been gone. So you approach the mansion. As you go inside, you're greeted by, a couple of guards stood there, sort of gruffly allowing you to pass rather than exactly getting out the way. It's kind of standing in the way and making sure that you have to move past them.
I refuse to move past them. I stand there.
Then you walk
impatiently.
Keep standing.
Move aside, fools!
One of them holds out his hand expectantly.
I stare at him. I stare him down and intimidate him.
I move from beside and shake this man's hand.
The man raises an eyebrow and just kind of wipes his hand off his shirt. And then puts his hand back out again. With a little bit of a motion to it.
So, never mind, ignore that. Even with a +4, that's rubbish.
Hang on a second. Oh, fantastic. What were you trying to do there? I'm guessing it was an intimidation roll.
I was going to intimidate the guards out of the way, but instead I'll just push past them instead and forget about it.
Cool. Let that settle. So, you enter the building, assuming you're heading towards the mayor's orifice.
Aye.
Fantastic. So, you are greeted once again by the large, stout doors of the mayor's office. The row of chairs sat opposite, and the little ticket machine that's waiting for you guys to pick a ticket.
I take 4 tickets.
I take 2 tickets.
I take 7 tickets.
Not a competition, guys.
I take 3 more tickets.
I take as many tickets as possible until the paper runs out of the ticket machine.
I'm
Bunch of
completely
dicks.
frustrated by the act.
Absolute dick. So, machine bursts into flame. A few minutes later, the little bespectacled man that you're so familiar with now opens the mayor's office door and welcomes the next entrant in, which, as the office is otherwise empty, is as you enter. Sorry, I suppose I should describe what's happening the whole time. Yeah, that's my job. Again, I'm not really in the mindset of being a DM right now. As you enter the large man that you recognize as Ricard, the mayor.
You did just say as you enter the large man, but I'm going to ignore that.
Yeah, as you enter the large man. I mean, we all know what you're about.
All 3 of them. Right, that's enough.
Yep. Fucking.
Ricard. We've cleared out Deep Seeker Mind of those cold-bold menace. I believe we agreed 250 gold in payment.
Ricard looks up at you, weary from paperwork. Sort of, kind of glares at you for a little bit, then goes, I seem to recall it being 150.
I distinctly remember it being 250 each, and I roll another intimidation check. +4, that's 19.
I mean, Ricard is a little bit, nonplussed by your attempt to intimidate him. And
that's a shame.
Again, looks at you funny and goes, maybe I'll give you a little bit more, but I'm not giving you 200. You can have 200 between you.
Done.
Good. Ricard gestures to the little man beside him who carries a small purse over to you, hands it over, and then marks off a little something.
Marks off a little something. Excellent. While we're here, Ricard, have you got Have you heard of any boats going to Birmingham recently?
I'm pretty sure you asked me that the first time you came here. I'm pretty sure I said, ask with the damn doc.
Well, maybe you should have done some research for me in the meantime.
I mean, I'm not your servant.
Do you know who I am?
If anything, you're my servant in this town.
Anyway, we've done your goddamn mine quest. Is there anything else you need doing while I'm here, waiting for boats?
I don't know if you fancy licking my boot, you could do that.
No, not particularly, but thanks for the offer, all the same. I guess I'll be on my way. I take my gold and leave.
Fantastic.
What does everyone else do?
Yeah, the rest of you. I mean, this has been a pretty one-sided conversation right here.
I'm still in the cave right now. So,
So which cave is
Brother Malk dies.
Malnutrition. Weeks later, in the caves.
I've been attacked by a swarm of bees. No, I feel like this guy. Maybe we should go back to the guy with the clipboard. He's the only other person who really tried to interact with us as we were on our way here. I would hope that maybe he has a little bit more news. Maybe he's got some town gossip or something. This guy's clearly being a... Rickard's been a bit of a dickard. Hey. Yeah, but,
Okay.
that is my thought.
So what do you want to do then?
I want to go talk to the guy with the clipboard, whose name I forgot.
His name is Jim Speckler.
Jim Speckler.
Speckler?
Arch nemesis.
Right, so that down. Speckler, you son of a bitch.
Speckler, you son of a... Right. Yeah, I want to go talk to that guy. I take my share of the money. Which
Okay, so I'm assuming you're still like in the office doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just having a meeting with someone who isn't the mayor in the mayor's office.
Jim's there. Were you not listening? He walked in.
No, I was.
Jim was the one who opened the door to you.
I'm just holding all these tickets.
I've also left, by
I'm
the way.
so disappointed that Dalton's got more.
Nagash just took his money and fucked off. Nice. Sounds about right. Cool.
What was that?
I said Nagash just took his money and fucked off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Without saying a word to anyone.
Which is good, because normally it's... Normally behind his mask, you can't really understand what he's saying.
Nobody cared who he was till he put on the mask.
I'm Nagash. Greenroot reckoning.
Shut up, Nagash, we say again and again.
Okay.
I head to the kobold part of...
Sorry, Doug, you cut out for a second there. Or no, not just there. You're cutting out completely.
It's true.
What?
You were cutting out.
Oh, yeah. It's doing that quite a lot.
You sound like RoboCop going through a blender.
Stars. I head to the kobold part of town.
Okay, so you're going to head to the Kobold Quarter. And what would you like to do in the Kobold Quarter?
He's going to the melon stand, I knew it.
I wonder how that guy is.
So, paint me a visual picture of what I'm seeing in the kobold quarter again.
I mean, yeah, so you've already been here once before, and it's pretty much the same as you remember. It's kind of, yeah, it's exactly the same as you remember. Just remember that time we did it the first episode, and I'm not going to describe it. No.
It was falling apart. They were trying to rebuild it as it goes,
I'm just about to do it. Good God!
It's falling apart. I'm just saying that I remember. Is all.
Is this? Do you know what this guy's DM next? He wants to fucking jump in.
Never DM.
Exactly. So you head into the Kobold Quarter, and it's more or less a like mishmash of shantytown and ancient ruins, all kind of colliding into each other. The buildings are, if they're not like ancient masonry, then they're ancient masonry with bits of like corrugated iron slapped on to act as a roof. It's that kind of place. Kobolds are milling around, doing their whatever they do on their day-to-day life.
Do I know if this masonry is like... Is this like... what am I trying to ask? Who built this town originally? Can I do a history check to see if I can know that?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear what's going on. All
Yes, Doug, you can.
No, he just said he couldn't hear.
I know, but I was hoping he might be able to, hang on, I'll type it.
Did the entire show typing to Doug.
Yeah. So after all that running around and trying to get people in to do the do this thing, what?
So hoping Doug will sort.
What are you talking about, Josh?
Football.
Well, I got that, but why?
Nigeria 2-1.
Because the World Cup,
They
mate.
just scored. There's 2 minutes left, and if they lose,
World Cup
Argentina are
break,
going home.
right? What's going on?
I mean, who gives a shit about Argentina? Right. Messi! You're right, it's pretty fucking messy if they're 2-1 down.
Hey! No, they're
2 penalties as well. Jeez.
Argentina aren't 2-1 down. 2-1 up.
Yeah, Nigeria.
I thought you said, I thought you said
what?
Nigeria are 2-1 up
You
on
literally
Argentina.
typed the opposite of what's happening.
I have. I'm disappointed now.
They're not only are they not going home,
They're staying in.
they're
Fuck's sake. God damn it, Josh, you're such an idiot. I hope that sound was him falling off his chair.
I literally just got a text from my mate saying if Argentina go out now because of the 2 pens. Was there another pen which I missed? This is what happens when I'm not watching. I hate both of you. Not Doug because he can't hear me because he's not here.
Yeah, is Doug gone? No?
No, I can hear bits of what you're saying, yes.
Fucking hell, Doug. Okay, so Sir Nagash has casually rolled a 16.
Plus 5,
you-
that is. Sorry, plus 5, so I got 21.
Cool.
I'm just going to write it here. There we go, 21.
Thanks, bud. So, Nagash, you look around and you recognize that the stonework around you is not, doesn't seem to be made of like a human design. You're not exactly sure who built it, but you know that it wasn't current occupants by any stretch of the imagination. Potentially some ancient civilization that came before this one.
Right, so this town's built on like the ruin.
Yeah, more or less. It's essentially, if you think of it like, how to describe it?
Of some.
It's literally there's an old fortress. Yeah, it was an old fortress that you. Still hear me, Doug?
Yeah, a bit.
Cool. So, I mean, with the history check, you know that, or you can recognize from the layout and the way that things were built that it appears to have been some sort of fortress or garrison town, and it looks more like locally designed than it would than like an invader's design, if that makes sense. It seems to be more an originally established place, and it's since fallen into disrepair and then been re-entered by society, and the new occupants have been building over the top of it, basically. Where the buildings are too run down to repair, they've put in fresh buildings, such as the mayor's office, or where like there's not as much shit to give, it's just been cobbled together. Cobalt Quarter.
Okie dokie. I'm going to try and do a perception check
Okie dokie.
to see if I can. Basically, to see if there's any kobolds, I reckon, that can speak common.
Okay, well, I mean, you've already encountered one.
Yeah, in the first episode, you started asking questions and he definitely answered you in common.
I mean, we are talking about society of kobolds that are living with humans.
That's true. Okay, I go to the nearest kobold.
Okay? The nearest kobold looks up at you, screams, and runs away.
I go to the next nearest kobold.
The next nearest kobold turns out to be a pile of bees! No.
My one weakness.
A pile of bees. Jeez.
Yeah, because they're just sat on the floor and then they're going to turn into a swarm when they get up.
Oh shit.
No, the next nearest kobold also looks up at you, like chokes down a scream and promptly faints. I mean, you do smell like shit, Doug. They've got pretty sensitive noses. In fact, you notice as you walk through the streets that less and less kobolds seem to appear. There's kind of a radius around you where the kobolds dare not tread.
You just gonna have to lunge out and grab one by the scruff of the neck, mate.
Yeah. Okay. What am I going to do? I need to get a big crowd together. And my performance skill is not good.
I mean, I've got a pretty good performance skill. +2.
No, not a very good performance record.
Is there any like fires nearby?
Pretty much on every street corner. Like I say, this is pretty much a slum town, or this area is pretty much a slum town. There's like what appears, I mean, they all look pretty homeless, but it's one of those ones where like people are stood on the corners in little groups huddled around a dustbin with a fire in it.
Okay, I'm going to make all the fires I can manage with control flames. Get a bit bigger and turn like green or something. And then I'm gonna be like, I don't know, kobolds, come listen to me, and sort of intimidate them.
Okay, well then roll an intimidation check.
Please fail. Please get a critical fail.
Probably will.
You can't just write 21 this time, by the way.
Well, I mean, I could. Great.
Plus what?
Oh. Fuck me.
You could just say it, you know, it's not...
Alright.
Do you know what? Because you've turned all of the fires big and green, I'm going to give you advantage on this one, because, you know,
yes.
they're pretty... Please don't roll less than 9.
So, you got an 8 + 1, which was 9, as was written out there.
Yeah.
You audio only listeners. Just helping you out.
12.
Cool. So, the green fire serves to, you know, I was going to say inspire, but it would do the exact opposite. It terrifies the little creatures. Some of them sort of like huddle down, guarding their children, that sort of thing. Others looking at you as you boom out your lyrical...
Come here, or I will destroy you.
A few of them tentatively approach.
Good.
That doesn't sound rapey at all, Doug.
I beckon them with a rotting finger.
Words not to use on stream. Rapey.
Words you shouldn't repeat then.
It did sound it though, to be fair. Just to clarify.
Sorry, if that's the case, should I change it to, that sounds pretty sexual assaulty?
Fuck's sake. What are you going to say, Nagash, to these terrified kobolds?
Cowering little... God, a post just fell now. These cowering little dragon people.
Okay. I whip out my drawings.
Fuck's sake.
God, this is definitely turning into a fucking sexual assault waiting to happen.
What the fuck?
I take out my robe and wizard's hat.
Right, so he's done some drawings, remember. Don't forget he's done some drawings.
Yeah, I remember.
Hold both of them up. I don't know what I do with my staff. I guess.
Some drawings, both of them.
His staff clumsily falls to the floor.
Yeah.
Not like you could have found it in a scrapbook and just opened the page.
Who knows these symbols?
All of the...
You!
Excuse me.
I
all
point
of
at one of them.
all of the kobolds that are surrounding you sort of glance back at each other glance at the paperwork, glance at you, glance at each other again, and then all of them raise their hands.
Good. Good.
Right, so you've established that they know what they are. Are you going to endeavour to inquire what they fucking mean? You idiot!
Yes.
Whilst you take your sweet time, one of them at the back sort of pipes up and goes, "Excuse me, mister, can we go? I've got work."
Yes, you.
He reiterates his desire to leave so that he can go and work.
Tell me what these symbols are.
Oh, they're clan symbols. I don't know why he suddenly turned into like... I can't keep an accent either.
Well, they're clan symbols.
They're clan symbols.
Quite obviously, sir, they are clan symbols.
For fuck's sake. I hate you guys. I hate you so much.
Tell me about these clans.
Well, they're clans of kobolds. Each clan has their own symbol. Although,
obviously.
I don't know what more you want from these. One of the kobolds points at one of them and says, that's a different symbol, though. That's not the clan.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the symbol that they put on when there's a gathering
Which one?
of lots of clans. He points at the one in your left.
Quite obviously, sir, I mean the one that looks like a banana.
Yeah.
Man, these kobolds are going the right way for a good ice knifing.
He's answering your questions, is he not?
Right, so which one did he point at?
The one from the village or the other one?
What other one?
One. You know which one I mean. The aggressor or the
One that was, or the massacred one.
Oh, the aggressor or the massacred one? Oh god. I thought you had more pictures, but okay. So he points at the one that came from the massacred group.
So this is a gathering symbol.
Yeah. They should have had their tribe symbol on as well. But the gathering symbol indicates that they're gathering up as lots of tribes.
What do you know of this other clan? This symbol.
Well, that's just one of the tribes in the area. They were probably going to the gathering too.
Can I go now, then?
Yeah. Can I go to work now? Otherwise I'll get beaten.
No, not yet. We're all just going to stand here for another 20 minutes.
Until the stream ends.
cut to other party as I think of some more questions.
I've just got images of like this poor little kobold sort of sat there. Everyone else is fucked off. He's just sat there with Nagash standing over him, tapping his foot lightly, thinking.
The kobold's crossed his legs over while standing because he needs a wee, but he's terrified and can't leave.
Yeah.
So, oh God, please,
Yeah.
sir.
Exactly like that.
Can I at least go and stand in the bushes 2 meters away and urinate?
No.
Okay,
So-
Malk, do you have anything you want to be doing?
Nah.
Well then, cut to Dalton Sebastian Belvedere Grey.
In fact, I'm probably still with you. I don't know. Nagash kind of stormed out with his tickets and stuff. So.
Dalton Sebastian Belvedere Grey, who is currently assaulting another kobold.
No. Not a kobold. I leave the mayor's office, as I already said earlier, and I just stand in the street until I spot what is quite clearly a group of orphans in general, and I stride over to them. I'm going to make them like how Sherlock Holmes uses the orphans in London to do all his little minion jobs for him and like spying and shit because they're like invisible to the regular folk who have money.
Yeah.
You boys, who would like to earn a nickel?
You know, that money that doesn't exist.
Who would like to earn 1 copper piece? Is that a lot in this town? I don't know.
The gaggle of boys turn around and look up at you and goes, and the very obviously leader one, who is slightly taller, clearly heading towards puberty, looks back and goes, who'd like to earn a fucking smacked face?
Right, so I hit that. I strike that boy immediately, full on.
With a sword, or
No, I just like back palm it, like backhand him right in the fucking chops. Absolutely not having a fucking orphan boy give Dalton Sebastian Belvedere Grey any shit on this day.
Just get out your papers. Ability, like rub them in his face.
Right, so do you want me to roll for that backhand? Because I will.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what you're rolling against.
I'm just going to strike him and put him in his place. No, but
This misses and it's
a critical fail. Oh, no.
I was literally just about to say I am praying for a 1.
No!
just hits Malk and falls over.
hey, what? Ah! What's he hitting me
And
for?
all the orphans laugh.
You know, you attempt to swing a backhand at the boy, but completely misjudge the range. Like, he doesn't even have to step back, it just wafts through the air in front of his face.
Fuck's sake.
Am I injured at all, or?
They just backhand him in the nose. Malk falls over and...
I try and cover for it and go, you are an impotent fool.
The kids are not impressed. Neither are they fooled. They look at you with a kind of... That sort of mix between confusion and menace, where they're not sure whether to shank you and rob you.
Right,
or...
shut up, kids. Ignore all of that. Who would like to earn 1 silver piece? No smart answers. Who wants to do me a simple job and earn a bit of silver in the turn? You?
Yeah.
I point at one of them. You, boy?
The taller one turns back to his group and shrugs. And one of the little lads at the back, with those little, you know, a proper... What are they called? The proper flat caps, the old style flat caps have the big bowl top. Proper fucking Oliver style hat. He comes out and goes, I'll do it, sir.
Good. Payment on delivery. I need you to find me the lodging address of Jim Speckler.
For fuck's sake!
Oh, that's simple, sir. He lives in the mayor's place. Can I have my silver now?
Does he now? The mayor's place. That's an awfully convenient answer.
Can I try and swipe Dalton's coin purse quickly?
Yeah, sure.
With a sleight of hand.
Yeah, it'll be sleight of hand against Dalton's perception.
All right.
I don't think it counts if you just roll 200.
I'll just type 200.
Alright, 13.
Oh.
You mock me. You know you can just do hashtag, right? Hashtag D20.
Yeah, I've done that. Ah,
Right, good.
is that a critical fail? I think it might be.
Yes, it is.
It is, because it's the +2 which makes it the...
Yeah.
So,
you attempt to rob your comrade, and clearly completely fumble it with the knife. You go to slit the little leather strap that holds it to his waistband, and manage to slice the tip of one of your fingers off instead.
ow. Ow. All right. I clutch my hand in pain, par it off as if nothing happened, obviously. And has Dalton noticed this? Or
Well, I mean, clearly, because he beat your roll.
Yeah, I just give him a nasty glare and turn back to the orphan boy. You, orphan boy, what's your name?
I don't have a name for everyone. Hang on. This is going to ruin everything, so I'm not sorry.
please do the name generator.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
His name's Zero. Excellent.
Yeah. Fucking names.
You, Zero. I'm going to
it?
call him Naught because he matters naught.
His name is Dratcher? There you go. Sure. He's not 35, and he's also not got a phobia of pain.
Oh, he definitely has a phobia of pain. 100%. And if he doesn't, he's about to. Right.
Apparently his partner is sickly, and secretly despised by Dratch. Jesus.
So this orphan was married at 21.
Yeah.
Ignore his stats.
Yeah.
Hey,
Datcha. Datcha is my name.
What do they do with their ledgers? Do they keep tabs on everyone coming in and out in the city? Where do they store them? What do they do with them? Do you know?
No, sir. Nobody knows. I'm assuming.
Nobody knows, Datcha. You're not much good to me alive, are you, Datcha? I mutter to myself.
Says you, old man.
Oh, I would strike you down, but I don't dare another miss. Sure, I will return to you later this evening, and you will know exactly.
Datcha worries for his.
No,
His,
no, not like
his
that.
chastity.
No, not like that, you weirdos. And you will.
We've got perverts on both sides of the fucking town.
You will scout out the mayor's house, and you will find out exactly which side, which window, which door I need to access to get to Jim Speckler's office. Office. I meant office.
Of course.
Do we have a deal? I put out my hand for him to shake it.
Sure. And the boy takes your hand.
I immediately take
shakes
my
it.
hand away before he shakes. Oh, you're dirty. I'm not shaking your hand without a glove. Disgusting. 1 silver piece for you if you do as I bid.
I think you'll find that you said you'd give me a silver piece for the last job. That was information.
No.
I'll have my silver piece now.
I tell you what, Datcher, I like your attitude. Malk here will give you a silver piece.
Hey.
I will be in the Salty Slag this evening. Come find me with information. And we cut back as Malk hands over a silver piece reluctantly.
I hand over the silver piece, but I am going to go. I imagine if we're all outside still, can I go over to I can't remember his name now. The guy with the clipboard.
I mean, he's still in the office.
Oh, was he in the office?
It's like you don't listen.
I do listen. I'm just very bad at not listening. Oh, all right, I want to go back to him.
What? Inside the office?
Yeah.
He walks back in, he tries to take more tickets from the machine that we already broke earlier.
Yeah.
Is he just like in the building?
Yeah, he's pretty much. I mean, it's where he works. He's just kind of, doing his daily do.
Okay. What was his name again?
Jim Speckler.
Jim, was it?
Yeah.
Jim, you informed us of the kobold situation and to speak with the mayor last time.
I did.
Me and my fellow comrades from the boat, I think we saw you earlier. We were wondering, is there any other bigger fish to fry around here? It seems both my colleagues have gone a bit astray at the moment, and we're just looking to make some money, really, at the end of this.
Well, I'll have a look around. I'm sure we've got some jobs for you to do. I've lost the accent for Jim as well. Jesus. I'll have a look around, and I'm sure we've got some more jobs that you can do for us. In the meantime, why don't you have a relax, maybe some drinks, and get yourself, make sure all of your equipment is nice and pretty. And well, to be fair, there's not a lot to do in the jungle apart from kill things.
Jim, is there a shop nearby which sells equipment?
Of course there is. You've passed at least 4 since from the front entrance to here. He gives you a small hand-drawn map of, one of those maps where it's literally like hand-drawn a front door. Turn left, turn left again.
And it's all out
If
of
I
scale.
remember correctly, we actually haven't been to a shop yet, have we? We've
You have not, no.
completely ignored it. We don't have to do it right now, but I feel we should do that before we leave for whatever we do. And I'll probably end up back at the Salty Slag with Dalton in a moment. But I feel like I can't find what the main quest is, and therefore have the agenda against Jim as well.
Yes, my boy.
I would like some direction. I have not been given direction. I have been given anger.
I've already headed to the Salty Slag for just to clarify my location.
Yep.
And when it does return to me, I assume Nagash is going to do something in a moment. I'm going to talk to some locals, continuing my quest against Jim Speckler, mortal enemy of Dalton Sebastian Belvedere Grey.
Okay. I was a million miles away. Sorry, what was that all?
I'm going to the Salty Slag. It's Doug's turn.
Cool, so you two are at the Salty Slag. Doug, what are you doing? Tell us, Doug.
So at this point, I'm still pacing up and down. I've got a
Right.
whiteboard out.
Please, can I just go to the... It's got a fucking whiteboard out.
Can I go home? Yeah.
So,
I've already missed work.
now, let's go over this again.
Yes.
So, you have this symbol, and I draw it on the whiteboard.
Yes.
This is a symbol for when the clans are meeting.
Yes.
Right. And what would these meetings entail? Why would such a meeting happen?
Well, they're normally, gatherings to discuss the geopolitical affairs of the Kobold clan. It's to make sure that all the clans preserve all the ancient traditions and don't murder each other while they sleep and things like that. And if there's enough need for it, then it's a gathering for war.
I see. And are all these clans separate entities, or do you have one ruler who rules everyone?
Well, each of the clans has their own tribal chieftain, but then there's one clan that sits above all the other clans, and they rule all the clans. Or tribes, or whatever we're going to call them.
And this other symbol, and he turns to it and he rubs down the whiteboard and draws the other symbol.
Yep.
This is just some other clan, as far as you know.
It's just one of the clans, yeah. Even I've got a clan, and he lifts up one of his sleeves to reveal a crudely tattooed clan symbol.
Nagash, ask him if the clan image are an unruly bunch who would cause trouble.
Yes, good question, Dalton.
I'm not there.
Tell me what you know about this clan.
Well, that's the leader clan. That's the high clan.
I feel like perhaps you should have mentioned that earlier.
But you didn't ask earlier.
He stares menacingly at the kobold.
You just asked what it was. I said it was a clan symbol.
I will
Technically
rend
wrong.
your soul from your body.
Well, it's not any worse than going to work. That's already making me soulless.
Ask where he works.
Oh, here we go.
I need his
I work at the
backstory.
watermelon stand.
Find out his backstory, please.
Find out his backstory next time on Dragon.
I'm not your goddamn therapist. Right. I feel like we're getting somewhere, though. And he rubs down the whiteboard again. So, was there recently a big clan meeting?
Well, I don't know. None of us in here know about any clan meetings that go on. We've been cut off from the clans outside.
And why is that?
Because they don't let us leave.
Who doesn't let you leave?
Who do you think?
Slap him. Give him a slap for that. Roll a 1. Give him a slap.
Rolls a 1, slaps himself.
Yeah, but I am like minus. Oh, I've got that.
A 2. Only slightly better than Dalton.
All that plus
Yeah.
2. Plus 2.
You swing.
Oh, no, wait, not plus 2.
-2. You swing aggressively into the air as if slapping a fly that hadn't really been there.
Next time it'll be your face.
The kobold seems
Just you think
unconcerned.
about that.
Do some magic with the flames or something. Try and intimidate them with the flames again. That'll work.
Yeah, I make the flames change colour and get a bit brighter. Huh?
All of the kobolds around the flames are like, ooh, extra warmth. It's time to get towards nighttime, so they're getting chilly. Thank you.
And I make the flames get really dim.
Oh,
Really, what?
Yeah. Dim them.
I didn't hear really what.
I make the flames sort of die down a bit.
Ah,
Is that a mood lighting, would you say?
Right.
I'd say so, Josh.
Yeah. All of this is actually some like a romantic ploy on this kobold. Nagash is very bad at flirting.
Playing some Barry White. Barry White? Harry White? Harry White. Clive White. Whoever it is.
Okay, that's enough questions for now. And I walk away without saying a word to anyone.
Excellent. Okay, let's have a real quick 3-minute break. Wee break, beverage break. And we will be right back. back.
Yeah. Well, I'm quickly going to run and get some water because I was busy writing.
Okie dokie.
Hey.
Is old Doug back?
So?
Well, in the meantime, I can tell you about this lovely cup of tea I'm drinking.
No.
Hello.
Hey, he's back. Right. Continue, shall we?
Well, we got a Josh.
I thought I heard him back. Well, that's awkward now. I turned off the music and all sorts.
Will I head to the salty slag and relay all the information I've just learned to Dalton?
Fascinating, Nagash. It's almost like I was there with you and immediately know what you're talking about. I don't suppose you asked where we could find this main clan, did you?
No.
Don't worry. We'll ask one of the bartenders. Or a local in general. Go for it.
I propose we torture one of these kobolds till he gives us the information. And then eat his flesh.
I like I don't want to say the idea. I hate the idea, but I like your go-get-em attitude. Well done, I say. How about instead of torturing a kobold and eating his flesh, we just ask some of the regulars in the Salty Slag if they know anything about Jim Speckler or the kobolds. How busy is the Salty Slag right now, Chris?
Pretty busy. It's about half full, by your reckoning, based on what you can see at the moment. And I mean, you've been sat there for a while now, so it's been pretty busy most of the night. Although it seems like most of the more, what's the word, dainty patrons have dispersed. They've clearly gone to bed, and it just appears to be sailors and more brutish types that are sat still drinking.
Ah, perfect. The sort of guys you can buy a drink and they'll talk for days. Smashing. Just out of curiosity, Malk, are you still renting a room upstairs?
I am, yes.
Sweet.
We've only actually been away one day, haven't we?
2, but yeah.
Sweet. Can I talk to some regulars or some, patrons?
Yeah. So you wander over to, or in your case, I guess, swagger.
Oh, absolutely.
Over to one of the bar, or one of the tables, at which a group, of three of the bar's regular patrons, or what appears to be the bar's regular patrons anyway.
They look quite comfy in their place.
Yeah, they look like they're pretty well hydrated
They look
at the moment.
They're part of the furniture and they're drunk.
Yeah,
perfect.
pretty well.
Do they look mildly friendly, or am I going to have to What's the look on their faces? Do they look like they're going to be
I
trouble?
mean,
Can I gauge that?
You stood in a pub with, well, I say a pub. You stood in the Salty Slag with what appears to be all of the grottiest. And think of your local dive pub, and then replace the sawdust on the floor with active corpses on the floor, sort of thing.
Perfect.
That's the sort of pub you're in at the minute.
Gentlemen, don't mind if I join you, do you? And I sit down immediately before they can answer.
The group all regard you with stares.
So I've just come in from where shall we say, God Manchester. I was meant to be going to Birmingham, you see, but I was wondering if you could answer a few questions for me, just about the local place. Might be a drink in it for you.
One of them looks at you, slurring, and says, "All right, what do you need to know?"
Well, first of all, and at this point I borrowed Nagash's little doodle sketchbook, and I said, I'm told this is one of the kobold clans, specifically the head clan. Do you know where they would be about? I'm assuming outside of the city walls.
All of the thugs kind of look at the paperwork, kind of swaying a bit. You're not really sure if they can actually make it out based on how fuzzy their eyes look. But
well, that one looks like a banana.
Yeah, that one looks like a swarm of bees.
God's sake.
The most sober of the trio looks up and goes, there is no master clan no more. It's all myths. Kobold myths and lies."
Oh?
Takes a big swig of his drink.
Go on.
Yeah, it was the boss's plan, We turned up and took the city and wiped him out. And one of his friends cuffs the back of his head to silence him almost.
Your boss, you say? I'd love to meet him. He sounds like an absolute treasure. No, what's his name?
I wasn't gonna give you a reaction to that. That was awful.
I got Doug to laugh. I do not care. Your boss. Who is this? Sounds like a man I could work for.
The man looks at his friend angrily after being cuffed on the back of the head. Looks back at you and goes, "The boss, the boss, big boss." And he gets cuffed on the back of the head again.
Bartender, a round of drinks, please, for my 3 new friends. And I click my fingers like all annoying customers do when they think they can get attention better. Like, serve me, Pete. A round of drinks for my 3 new fellows. And I look at him inquisitively, hoping that he will be tempted to answer now.
One of the 3 patrons that is sat around you stands up and scoffs and then leaves. Off he goes up up the stairwell, up towards the up the stairs essentially towards the second floor. The other 2 stay there, kind of sullen, and
I subtly gesture to Malk to follow.
I'm not getting it at all.
Too subtle.
Malk, go follow that guy. Malk.
At this point,
Malk.
I nod and follow the guy.
So,
but very stealthily.
Oh, good. And I turn back to. Well, I never turned away, but I'm like, so, just us 3 now. Can't do maths. This boss. What did he want the kobolds broken up for, eh?
Well, because he wanted the area.
And what area is that?
All of it.
To the
Takes
north?
a big chug of his drink.
To the west? Where?
Well, right here. And he points. He slams his finger into the table aggressively, as if to imply that the town was the prize.
Oh, the town, I say. Okay, no, yeah, I understand. That's a lovely place. Sorry, what was your boss's name again? I didn't quite catch it the first time you said it.
It's because I didn't say it.
No, but I roll a persuasion roll at the same time. And that's +4, so that's a 20.
As you roll your persuasion roll, the door behind you opens. And a number of men walk in. And as they do, sort of glance around the entire pub. And all of the patrons stand up as one and very quietly walk out the back door. The 3 remainders are the men that have just walked in. And they appear to be rather interested, 3 of you.
They appear to be what, sorry?
Rather interested in the 3 of you.
I've followed
one of them
out, though, haven't I?
Yeah, Malk.
One of them hefts his mace.
What did Malk do when he left? What's he seen?
Okay, well we'll cut from that scene to Brother Malk. Because to be fair, it doesn't really go very far. So Brother Malk follows the gentleman upstairs, who then goes... Sorry. He goes into his room, or into a room anyway, and locks the door behind him.
For God's sakes. It's getting worse every sentence she's telling me, Chris.
Yeah, I know. What would you like to do, Brother Malk? At this point, the rest of the thing is on hold, so...
So, how has he locked the door with me inside without him noticing me?
Because by the time you followed him, he'd already gone into his room. I mean, you're not, like, on his back, are you? You're not literally, like, you know...
No, you did...
reaching underneath his armpits and tweaking his fucking man boobs, are you?
You messed up
I'm
here
assuming
because
you're walking a bit at a distance.
I mean, he didn't even leave the table upon my first, like, nod to go and follow, so you really messed up here, bud. What are you going to do?
Essentially, you're stood in a hallway with a locked door.
Oh,
with
okay.
a fella on the other side.
I was on the other side of the door. Well, that's a completely different story.
That's another story altogether.
Well,
I had to beat them to death with their own shoes.
Clearly, I'm not going to get anywhere with that. So, can I stealthily head back? But also, I imagine I'm going to hear everyone leaving the building, and like the fact that it's either A, gone silent downstairs. I'm presuming we're downstairs. Or B, been able to hear the door slam loads of times of people leaving. Can I approach from behind? Well, I say from behind. Can I approach from the way I went, but stealthily?
I mean, you can if you want to. It's essentially if you imagine that think of an old-timey saloon, and they've come in through the front door. Everyone's kind of got up and gone around the back of the bar where there's like a back door. They've gone through the back way to get out. Meanwhile, you're kind of on a veranda above everything, but down a bit of a hallway. So if you go down the hallway, then you'll come out into an open space over the main bar area.
Am I able to do that and not be seen?
You can probably get up to the end of the hallway, definitely without being seen, but then after that you'd have to try and be sneaky.
I will get to the end of the hallway, and I imagine I'll be able to peek and see what's going on, but not act properly on it. Yeah, okay, I'll do that for now.
Okay. So, back into what's happening. So the 3 men stand in the doorway, glaring at you. 2 of them heft their maces and have a little bit of a smile. The third one is tinkering with a rather large crossbow. And the first one steps forward and goes, I'm afraid that we need to have some words with you, gentlemen.
Just so I can figure out, so is Dalton like the other side of the room from me? Or because he went over to that other table? Am I just like sat in another corner or something?
Yeah. So essentially, if you, let me think. Have any of you guys seen the Book of Eli?
A long time ago.
Yeah, when it was in cinema.
Yeah. So imagine you're essentially in a very large. It's basically the pub from that. You know, if you can imagine that, it's like a large open, almost like not quite a ballroom. I'm trying to think how to describe it properly. I don't have time to get a picture up.
I was quite happy with your your just classic Western saloon style.
That is pretty much what it is.
Yeah, so I imagine
like,
I'm by.
It's kind of like there's a big like wide open area in the middle that's just got a few tables here and there. Loads of tables around either side with a couple of fires. Directly opposite the door is the actual bar itself. It's kind of little way, like a way either side of the bar to go back behind it and out into the kitchen area or whatever the storage or food area would be called, and out into the night on the back doors, and then up the stairs. The stairs are set either side of the main front door, and then they go up and like circle around the room as a veranda or banister area.
Cool.
A bit like a great hall, but not a great hall. Like a, you know, when you see like those massive entrance halls in mansions that have the big double staircase going up into.
Yeah.
Bit like one of those, but it's got like pub dressing.
What did the guy say a second ago? Did he say he was?
He said we need to have a word.
Oh, perfect. Ah, gentlemen, I was waiting for you. I say, lying obviously. Take a seat. There's a couple of drinks here that I just bought that haven't been touched yet. I roll to persuade him. And that's a +4 again, 21.
The man thinks for a minute. He strokes his stubbly chin and starts to move towards the table. And as he does, the gentleman behind him with the crossbow raises it at you. And I'd like you to roll initiative, please.
15.
All of you, I'd assume.
Yeah, no, I was just the first. I assumed everyone else was going to do it too.
Yeah.
Would I have, seeing as they can't see me, have I got advantage, or am I just guaranteed to go first? Or
it depends on what you want to do. If you're going to do like a sneak attack, then I can give you advantage for that.
Yeah, I'll probably go for a sneak attack. I'll wait my turn though.
Cool.
I'll roll normal initiative.
Okay, so Nagash is 9. And Brother Malk is on 19. Very nice. Cool. So, the gentleman that had the crossbow aimed squarely at your mighty jaw says, "Now, I'm afraid that these words are going to have to be said a bit later on. Perhaps when we've taught you a bit of a lesson."
I, unfortunately, am a terrible learner. Well, maybe we can schedule this in for a different day. Thanks. And I get up to leave.
As you say that, he pulls the trigger. Sorry, I just need to find the stats for this one. He pulls the trigger at you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that is enough to hurt you.
Yeah, even my ridiculously high AC of 19 is beaten by a 21.
Wow. And he does a hefty 3 damage.
No, that's all right.
Got D10 though, Jesus.
And Brother Malk, with your sneaky beaky methodology.
So, just to confirm, we've obviously got the person who's gone towards the drink, who's been duped by Dalton's fantastic dramatic skills.
Oh yeah, you know it.
We've got the guy who's got a crossbow, who's just taken an attack, who I guess is still towards the door. What has the other guy got? Is that obvious?
Oh, what, in terms of equipment?
Yeah.
Well, both of so there were 2 gentlemen, there were 2 of them armed with maces and one armed with a crossbow, although he's also got a mace hanging.
Sorry, you cut out just a bit. He's also got a mace hanging
at his hip.
At his hip. Okay. I would like to do. I imagine I can do all of this in one attack. Am I correct?
Do what in one attack?
If I want to initiate from above and land on someone.
Yes, although I will have you do a if you say for instance if you jump off the if you jump off the banister.
Yep.
Then I'll have you do an acrobatic check to make sure that you not land on your ankle and snap it in half.
And would I be able to reach the like how far is the guy who's gone towards the drink? Would I be able to reach him?
He's about halfway towards Dalton. So if you really put some effort in and like go for a bit of a run up from down the hallway, then you can expect to make it.
Well,
so
I'll go for that. You got to try and be fantastic in a moment like this.
In which case, I will have you do 2 separate athletics check, or 1 athletics check and 1 acrobatic.
Okay.
So the athletics first. See if you have the capacity to jump on him.
I'm quite confident with this. I've got +3. And do I still have advantage or not?
You'll have advantage on the attack side of things.
Okay. Come on, dice.
Yeah.
So that's my athletics.
Yep. So you leap majestically into the air and sail towards your opponent, and then
acrobatics.
Acrobatics, please.
Oh!
And as you land, you fail to land on your target. You land near him and stumble as you land. So I'm afraid I'm going to call that your turn. As you use your leftover time to recover.
For movement.
I'm going to say no, as you're kind of focused on not falling over right now.
Okay. All right. I'll accept this and sign into a crouching position and cry.
you've just landed badly on your ankle. You're like, oh god.
Oh man.
Dalton, it is your turn.
I'm assuming at least one of these bozos is going to be within range of me walking up to them and bopping them with my sword. So,
well, the gentleman that was coming towards the drink is quite close.
He seems like the nicest of the bunch, though. I'll attack him anyway. I'm going to use Divine Favor, which if I hit, I get to use Divine Radiance to give myself an extra 1d4 of damage.
Ooh.
Ooh, so my longsword attack is a 20 plus 4, which is 12. Is that enough? Knowing the answer.
It is.
Oh, it is. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool. So, 1d8 plus 2 plus... I'll just do this separately. Plus 2. 10... That's 1d4. It's 12 damage total.
Okie dokie. So, that was the one who was coming close to you. So, you sort of stab him right in or you swing wildly at him and the blade nicks at his arm. It's pretty decent wound. He's quite hurt. Clearly, he is now outraged because he was going to come and have a drink with you.
I look him in the eyes and go, sorry, mate, your friend just shot a crossbow bolt at me. I think I get the impression he understands.
Yeah. And Nagash, would you like to follow up, please?
So...
big damage from Nagash.
What's the lighting situation in this pub?
It's pretty dimly lit because it's, a dark and dank and dingy pub. Most of the lights coming from candles and assorted fires around the place.
Okay. I'm gonna extinguish the flames and get under a table.
Right. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay,
So,
can we take a side moment just so I can explain how much I hate Doug right now? Because what in the F, Doug? Ugh.
Hey, it's now dark. No one can see anything.
Yeah.
I assume. Or it's pretty dark. I mean, I guess there's some probably moonlight. And I probably couldn't extinguish every bit of light in it, but just sort of around the bad guys.
Just swinging at shadows. So,
Can I crouch? Am I allowed to crouch at this moment?
in anger at getting, hit in the feckin' face, or hit in the arm by what he assumed was going to be a drinking buddy.
I'm like, mate, we could have been drinking buddies, but your friend is causing trouble.
Says the guy whose mate just turned off all the fucking lights.
Listen, buddy, I didn't know he was going to do that. Come on, babada boopy.
I didn't know my buddy was going to fucking shoot you.
Oh, mate, we can still be friends after this, assuming I don't kill you. Come on!
The man swings his mace at you.
Oh, what the fuck?
And everyone is going to have disadvantage the remainder of the fight for any attacks made. So, obviously, clearly he misses.
6, yes, is a miss.
The second one sprints over.
See, saved your life.
Seeing Brother Malk kneeling and, rolling back and forth going, he strikes at him. That first one was pretty happy.
One's gonna hit me.
Yeah, but he's it's all disadvantage, remember?
Oh, of course, yeah. 7.
See, saved your life.
You're all brawling in the dark.
For the record,
Okay.
Doug, you wouldn't have saved my life because 12 wouldn't have hit me.
Would have.
The gentleman with the crossbow throws it down, picks up his mace from his belt, and sprints towards Dalton to help his friend who's been wounded.
There's a lot of sprinting in this darkened room.
Well, I mean, he remembers where you kind of were. He's probably going to run into his mate. Now,
Hits his knee on the table.
yeah. So these particular enemies have a special rule that allows them to get advantage on attack rolls when they are near an ally who is already fighting the target they are fighting. That's essentially, for this engagement, going to cancel out, in this particular roll, the disadvantage. But it's not going to make any difference.
He hits his knee.
Good. Yeah. He hits his knee in the dark and goes, stood next to Jibblewick on the floor going, together. And Brother Malk, would you like to see a
This
story?
guy is clearly made an asshole of himself. Gonna get a little pain sandwich, right? So,
There is one literally swinging at you. I can hear furious typing.
fuck's sake.
Unfortunately not.
What a great rule.
Well, I mean, if someone didn't turn off the fucking light,
Maybe he'll turn them back on and actually attack somebody later. Who knows? We'll
Hey,
find
don't-
out.
Nah.
it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack my drinking buddy again. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I can't be asked to type in +4s again. So that's 12, and that is worse than 12. So never mind.
Yeah. And Nagash?
Hmm.
I'm going
Can
to
I-
turn out the moon.
Can I make my way to the front door?
In this darkness and with a bar brawl going on, I don't think you're going to get out without opposition, either from your teammates or the enemy.
Yeah, but surely they've all moved away from the door. If they've all run over to.
I mean, yeah, but they're also not idiots.
Well,
I mean, you can do a stealth check, and I'll make you do a stealth check for halfway and then the full distance. At disadvantage because you're trying to sneak in a bar full of tables.
But it is dark.
It is dark, but he's not exactly a stealthy character.
True.
Actually, Doug, don't you have dark vision?
No.
I mean,
we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think I would, but
No. Unfortunate for you. So yeah,
that would be pretty great if I did.
do some stealth checks, Doug.
Well, now you're saying that, maybe I won't bother.
Maybe you should turn the fucking lights.
I could do, but then that would be my whole turn, thus negating the previous turn.
Prick.
In a sudden bout of Deus Ex Machina, magical torches are thrown through the windows to light the room.
No, I'm gonna do the stealth check. I'm gonna try and maneuver so I'm like behind them in the sort of front doorway.
Okay, so at disadvantage, remember, because you might be tripping over stools and shit. Maybe when I actually write up a character for him.
What's going on?
Just waiting on Doug. Nope. And the other one, Doug?
Oh,
You're at disadvantage because you're trying to sneak through essentially a pitch black room that's filled with obstacles.
yeah, but it is pitch black, so
You can't fucking see!
They can't see you. You can't see where you're going. It's like a catch.
The catch-22 of this situation. Nobody can see.
Okay.
So as you're going full what is it, Dick Dastardly with the sneaking, bringing your knees right up to your nostrils each time with a pointed toe, you manage to kick over a whole table full of glasses. Like your high knee hits the bottom of the table and flips it. And they're not exactly distracted by it, but they just notice, oh look, there's another fella over there. Oh yeah, that third one that we meant to beat up as well.
Okay.
And
are we saying that's my turn or just? My movement?
No, that's just your movement.
Right.
Can I stand up and do something useful now?
No.
Okay.
So glad we got this. Okay.
So am I out the door yet or not?
No, if you're, I said to get to the door, I'm going to have you do 2 stealth checks. One to get halfway, and then one to get the full way.
Okay, I'll do another one then.
Cool.
But you've given yourself away. You're going to try and sneak after giving your location away.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just walking now. Yes.
Yeah. You
6.
continue to just like try and nonchalantly stroll through the darkened room, and manage to kick over some stools. One of them breaks. Snap a leg. Not your leg, the stool's leg. Sending the glass that had been set on top of it careening across the room where it shattered.
Okay. But I am at the doorway, right?
You are at the doorway, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Your absolute lack of stealth has helped you get to the doorway.
You'd have had more luck
Success!
just walking.
Yeah, literally. You could have just walked. You wouldn't have had to do any checks. They would have known you were there, but they know you're there anyway.
Never mind.
So
Okay, that's my turn, I guess.
Fuck's sake.
one of the bugger. So one of the guys that's attacking Dalton, the one who's a bit more wounded, sort of backs off from him, and
Opportunity attack?
you are engaged by another person.
Fuck. Damn.
So he backs off, and tries to, go after Nagash, tries to tackle him to the floor. So, Douglas, get tackled, boyo.
Oh, dear.
Actually, it's still at disadvantage. Oh, doesn't make any difference.
2 18s. 1 equals an 18. I'm good
So
at
I'm
maths.
going. Would you like to do a strength check to Pete? I mean, at this point, I'm assuming the guy's going to discover that you're actually a skeleton. The robes. Like, what the fuck is this?
Nine.
At disadvantage?
No, it's not a disadvantage.
Damn.
In fact, I need to do a strength check anyway. Because that was just to, actually jump at him. But... Oh, well. He's tackled you, but he's tackled you, but you managed to push him off. And in fact, he's tackled so hard, because he's rolled a 1, he's tackled you so hard and managed to completely fluff it, that he's smashed his nose on the side of one of the tables and broken his nostril. And I'm going to give him that much damage for breaking his own nose.
He's taken 15 damage total, this guy. Pay attention, everyone.
No one tackles Nagash.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the moral of the story we've learned from this entire exchange.
So the one that was the other one that was engaged with Dalton, having seen his friend. Oh, sorry, not even Dalton. No, the other one who the one who took a swing at Malk, is continuing his attempts at taking a swing at Malk, and no, fantastic. So the final one who went after Dalton has another swing at him, and that's a no.
I feel like we are in a pattern here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not
It
broken.
almost would have been helpful if the fucking lights were on, so there wasn't disadvantage on every fucking roll.
To be fair,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have hit me anyway.
No,
So,
I would have hit Malk though.
I mean, who wouldn't? To be honest.
So, Brother Malk, it is your turn. Brother
Trying to think.
Humperdinck. Say that name, Humperdinck.
Say my name, say my name.
I'm a bit disappointed, Doug. You didn't react to that. I thought you would have.
What?
Humperdinck.
Not paying attention.
Don't say that name, Humperdinck. No?
Oh. Princess Bride?
Yeah. Good old Andre.
Malk, what are you doing?
I can't see!
Apparently, he's still sitting on the floor going,
I've got nothing in the bag which can sort this situation.
Punch him in the dick, mate.
Alright, I'll go for another attack on the guy I'm next to. Oh.
Don't understand how we can't figure out these rolls yet.
God's sakes. That's not going to do it, is it?
no.
Nope, you can't get better than that.
Oh.
Okay. Dalton, it is your turn.
I go to attack the one who is currently engaging me.
Okay. And the other one.
This is going to be so disappointing when it's like a 2. That's fine.
No, status hit.
Perfect. So, yeah, it's just a d8 plus 2, which is 5 damage to this guy.
Okay.
If anyone else wants to start doing any damage to these people,
Yeah,
Nah.
any extra damage would be handy.
because they seem pretty hard.
So, Nagash.
So, is the door open?
Stop trying to run away!
I'm not trying to run away.
No, the door is not currently open.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a drunk side.
Is there any light outside that I can see?
Well, I mean, the moon.
But is there like, I don't know, like a lantern by the tavern door? I don't know.
What, on the outside of the door?
Yeah. You know.
I suppose there's a lantern on top of the sign that's outside.
Uh-huh.
Why are all of Nagash's attacks involving inanimate
Fucking
lighting objects?
Right. I'm gonna open the door
Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
and back up outside a bit, and
All right.
presumably that lets a little bit of light in through the doorway.
As you do that, you back out of the door and find yourself kind of backing into something that isn't really moving all that much. And
Is it?
a rather large gentleman grabs you by the scruff of your neck, pushes you back through the door.
It might not be.
It might not. So he pushes you back through the door, and as he closes the door behind him, he says, he kind of just grunts, and everyone, all of the fellas that were fighting you, sort of drop sticks and fuck off out the back door as quick as their little legs can take them. Who is it? Find out next week. Dragon Ball.
All right, I guess we will leave it there then. Who is this mystery man? Is it indeed Colin the Barbarian from season 1? God, I hope so. That would be lovely.
Has Jibblewick got stilts? Who knows?
Jibble. Is it two dogs sitting on top of each other in a trench coat?
Is it the world's tallest doctor from Scrubs? We'll find out next week. Hopefully Tuesday, if we can get into a regular pattern.
God,
Thanks for
no.
listening. Appreciate it.
Well, as long as somebody reminds me.
We'll figure it out. All right, cool. Thanks very much for listening. We'll do this again next week.